Hey guys, welcome back to Main Street Living now with Danielle Cheryl. As things are getting back to normal in our communities, of course, there's still a lot of neighbors who could use some help, you know?
Yeah, definitely. It's estimated that 42 million Americans will experience food insecurity this year, and 13 million of those are children. That's one in every six kids in our country. So, Feeding San Diego is working hard to fix this problem in their community, and Allison Glatter is here to tell us all about what they're up to this summer. Welcome, Allison. Thanks so much for joining us on Main Street Living.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
So tell me, we've had you guys on the show before, but for those who don't know, how is Feeding San Diego different? How does the organization work, and how are you different from a food bank?
Yeah, well, we're not necessarily a traditional food bank in the sense of we really focus on rescued food. So there's a huge, I think in this country alone, it's 40% of all food that is produced is wasted, which is pretty crazy number. So for Feeding San Diego, our mission is to feed people, but through food rescue. So we partner with everyone from a Ralph's and a Costco and Amazon everywhere to, smaller catering companies and convenience stores to rescue excess food before it hits the landfill. And it's pretty shocking actually if you come to our warehouse and you would see, it is like, sometimes they're just huge pallets of, apples and bananas and all this amazing food that just is unfortunately too much or the wrong shape or whatever it is, whatever the reasoning is. So we're able to rescue all that food before it hits the landfill and distribute it to people in need. So it's a twofold. It's feeding people, but it's also really having a huge effect on our environmental impact too.
Yes, and your organization is such a role model for other cities and counties around the country. I think people are probably taking notes as they're watching this here. And Feeding San Diego's Fuel for Summer campaign is happening now with the goal of making sure that San Diego kids have enough nutritious food to eat while they're out of school for the summer. Talk to us about that a little bit and how much need there is among the kids.
Yeah, it's, I don't know if people realize, but there are so many kids across the county that qualify for free breakfast and lunch at school. So when schools are out for the summer, there's this huge gap for these kids that can't have that's, sometimes it's the only meal these kids get during the day. So we make sure that that food continues through the summer. So we partner with schools, the direct departments, YMCAs, after school programs across the county for the kids. So every day they come, they get a lunch or a breakfast or both, depending on what the program is.
I know Feeding San Diego has more than 34 partners this summer to get food to kids throughout San Diego County. Who are some of those partners, and how do those partnerships work?
Yeah, so already Feeding San Diego is at hundreds of distributions across the county, and a lot of those do feed families and kids. But in addition, there's these 34 partners. So there's summer food service program we have and school pantry programs. So that's, like I said, partnering with different schools or Boys and Girls Club, the Armed Services YMCA or YMCAs across the county. There's libraries. We're at our apartment complex where they have these different, school programs for these kids to go while their parents are working. And we just partner with a third party that we consult with a nutritionist and make sure that the meals that are provided are, giving these kids energy and substance that they need to be as successful as they can possibly be. And basically everything from, turkey roll-ups to fresh fruits and vegetables, low-fat milk, protein pancakes, all those kinds of things. So the kids, we know they're kids too, so they want to actually eat what we give them. So it's healthy food, but it's fun food for them too. So we
leads me to ask, though, I remember as a kid, I was picky, and you
couldn't shocked. I'm just kidding.
Right, I know. And so, what if these kids are going, no, I don't want healthy food. I don't want this. What do you do in that case?
Yeah, to your point, I know there's a lot of picky eaters out there. I was a picky eater as well. So they try to make it really fun food that they don't know necessarily it has a lot of nutrition in it too. So things like they do banana pancakes with protein, or if they give carrots, they'll put hummus or ranch with it. So they're being realistic of what the kids will and will eat. Lots of fruits, fresh fruits and vegetables. And surprisingly, kids get if they don't have that very often, they get the most excited about fresh fruit. You should hear these parents come in and say, they can't wait to see what they have today, because that's something that's like almost a treat for them. So it's really nice to see. And overall, I know seems obvious, but if these kids don't get proper nutrition, if they come and they have, a liter of Coke and a bag of Doritos. Like that's not going to set them up for success. That's not going to help them have the energy that they need and the focus that they need to be the best that they can be. So we want to make sure those kids get all the nutrients they need to have.
It's so important that everything you're doing. And real quick before we go, where can our viewers go to help?
Yeah, go to feedingsandiego.org, and there's so many different ways you can volunteer. You can start a fundraiser. You can obviously donate. We have a match right now that's going on that, up to $25,000, so it will double your impact. You can spread the word. It's just people that know. Yeah, anything. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. You were a real treat. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you helping spread the word.
We've got so much more coming up. Guys, this one's for you. Listen up. If you want to step back in time while getting pampered, you will want to see our next story. Stay right here on Main Street Living.